have noticed, the Museum of Islamic Art is standing alone, separately on the man-made island, and is also classed of the architect Iron Bank. He travelled around the Arabian route for 6 months just to understand the culture and the religion of Muslim people before giving the project to the royal family. And he denied all the proposed sites, and he asked to build the museum on a separate island that will not get interrupted by any high-rise buildings in the future. As well, on your right hand side, you're seeing some wooden boats, and these wooden boats are called as the dhow boats. And the dhows mainly originated from India and Africa, as we don't have any forest here in Qatar. So if we go back to the history, before the discovery of oil and the gas, the main source of income was the fishing and the pearl diving. And during the pearl diving season, these dhow boats were in use. On your left hand side, you're seeing the 2 massive architectures. This is our Amiri D1, the government house, where our His Highness, our Emir, welcomes all his guests here. The political status of Qatar is an absolute monarchy. The ruling family Al Thani, they have the total control over the country. And when our Emir His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani stepped into his power in 2013, when the father replicated the throne, he was only 33 years old. And now he is 44. He's one of the youngest monarchs in the entire Arabian route. On your right hand side, you're seeing the symbol of the FIFA World Cup in the shape of circle. As you're moving forward, the circle gets transformed into the 8. So why 8? The 8 stadiums you have built for the FIFA World Cup, and 8 is the sign of an infinity. As well, on your left hand side, you're seeing the VIP tribune, which is used only once throughout the year, and that is on the 18th of December. On the 18th of December, we do celebrate our national holiday, and on this day, the entire Corniche will be closed, as you'll have the big celebration. And on that VIP tribune, the complete royal family, including all the governors, will be based there and watch the celebration of the national holiday. And following by the Albida Park on your left hand side, this is the biggest park of Doha, where we have held the Expo 2023 last year. And now we are on the Corniche, which is the waterfront promenade. It's 7 kilometers long, connects the old and the modern part of Doha. We have entered the city centre. The modern part of Doha starts from this quarter. We have got more than 200 properties, as the residential and the commercial buildings around, as well. One of the first shopping malls in Qatar was opened here. And we do have several names for this area. We call this place as Dashcam. Dashcam means heart of Doha, as well West Bay, downtown and the city centre. In fact, many expats, the residents, we prefer staying here in the West Bay. As you can see, it's conveniently located just in the middle. You have got the Corniche, as well as some private beaches that I will be pointing out soon as well. And now on your left hand side, you're seeing the tavern, a deep sea colour, and this is the headquarters of Qatar Energy, one of the main organisations of Qatar. And following by the bridge Doha in a grey metallic Buddha shape, has been designed by the same French architect who designed our National Museum of Qatar. On your right hand side, you're seeing the hotel park that belongs to the Hotel Sheraton. The first 5-star luxurious hotel in Qatar was opened in 1982, and that was the Sheraton Hotel, which is a pyramidic shape on your right hand side. It has got 370 rooms facing the sea and the city as well, its own park. If you research about this hotel, you will get the same architecture since 1982, as it's very authentic and has a great meaning to the society. There will be no changes when it comes to the architectural design. And on your left hand side, you're seeing the Doha Bank. You can easily identify the building. The entire architecture stands for letter D for Doha. As well, on your left hand side, you're seeing some residential taverns, ministries, the government offices, including some 5-star hotels. Don't be surprised. It's very normal for falconers to book the business class for their falcons. Even we have the biggest hospital of falcons in the Middle East, based here in Doha, where the old part is due quite a bit. And now we are passing through the diplomatic strait. The many embassies are based here. On your left hand side, Embassy of France, just in front of Ambassador's Villa, and following by the Saudi Arabian Embassy on your left hand side. And the Shanghai meal, the newest cuisine, is on our right hand side, and following by the private beach is the beach house under the Discover Qatar as well. For the preparation of the FIFA World Cup, we have opened 3 private beaches, and they are all here in the Bass Bay. We open at 7 a.m. in the morning until the midnight. There's a lot of music inside during the weekends on Friday and Saturdays. Several coffee shops and restaurants, as well the water sports. And you're requested to pay a small amount have some public beaches as well, which are a bit far from the city. It's about 40 to 45 minutes ride. If you're going to the public beaches, then you will be asked to cover your shoulders, your knees, just to be appropriate to the location that you are visiting. Bicycle side, you're seeing the tall white fences, which we can't see any high-rise building inside. This is one of the private residences of our Emir, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. And back in the 1980s, the Princess Diana, she stayed in this property. She was in Qatar when we opened the first Doha British school in the 1980s. And on your left hand side you're seeing some embassies as well as some Qatari houses. On your left hand side, the tallest art installation of Doha Al-Waqt arches. These Al-Waqt arches are dedicated for the history of Qatar. So as we have stated earlier, the main source of income was the fishing and the pearl diving in the past. And this is the reason those two arches, they do give us the picture that they're connected with the fishing net. On your left hand side you're seeing the Qatari hills, completely man-made, and the highest hills we have here in Qatar. And Qatar is the second flattest country after the Maldives. As you can see, our tallest hills, and on top of the Qatari hills we have the Wooden Bungalows operated by Hilton. It was opened for the FIFA World Cup in 2022. On your right hand side you see the two art installations of oryx. So if you are flying with Qatar Airways, I'm sure you have spotted the logo of Qatar Airways on your boarding pass or on the tail fin of the aircraft. The oryx is our national animal, and nowadays they are the honey oryx farm. As well, there's an interesting fact about the oryx. As you have seen, they have got two long horns. Let's say if one is broken off, it won't grow again for its entire life. Oryx will remain with one horn. As well, they can survive with no water up to 7 months, and they store the water by having desert vegetation and herbs, as all they stay in the desert. Alright, so now we have arrived at the Qatar Cultural Village, which is the commercial and the cultural complex, where we have got several exhibition centres as well, the cultural centres. Even we have the extension of the Ministry of Culture here. So if you would like to learn more about the culture of Qatari heritage, then this is the exact ideal place to visit. On your right hand side you're seeing the public beach of the Qatar Cultural Village. They open at 10 AM until 4 PM, and here is the place that they do ask us to cover the shoulders and the knees, as you can see it's in a public area. So ladies and gentlemen, we will have the walking tour here. I will take you around and we'll talk about the main highlights of the place, then we will be back all together after some time. As the place is huge, I would please kindly ask if you could stay all together, otherwise you might get lost easily. Again, you don't have to collect your bags, as we said, is absolutely safe. Just for your comfort, you may leave them behind. So once we park, I will meet you outside. I will see downstairs.
Just go there.
What's your mind?
Leave lunch.
Jay, come here. Come closer.
مثلا یکی دار کوی
Hello.
Alright, so now in front of you, here you're seeing the blue mosque. So this blue mosque has been designed by the female Turkish architect called Zeynep Fatiloğlu. You can see some females or some Turkish churches here. So in Islamic world, each mosque has got its own minarets. Minarets is the tower which is attached to the mosque. As the Muslims, we pray 5 times, and the person who announced the call to pray is called Muaddin. So he climbs all the way upstairs. That was in the past to announce the call to pray. But nowadays, of course, we are living in the age of technology, so we can be inside. So here you can see the main entrance for males, and the first floor is the male prayer hall. And the ladies, if they would like to come and pray in the mosque, so they are welcome. Just behind the mosque there is an entrance for females, and the second floor is the female prayer hall. So any questions so far about the blue mosque? Alright, so now let's talk about these 3 cylindrical towers. So what do you think? Any guesses? Both? Did you say both? So here we have got 3 pigeon towers. In fact, we have got several stands across the kitchen, not only these 3. And in these 3 pigeon towers particularly, we can accommodate up to 14,000 pigeons. And the purpose of having the pigeon towers here in Qatar, we have some local farms, and they are all in the north. And the farmers, they do collect the droppings of pigeons and use as a fertilizer in the local farms. You can see the beams are extended outside as well, inside, so they can rest, and they have got small windows they do use for ventilation purposes. And we have the specific society under the Qatar management, so they do wash, clean, and feed them daily. Alright, so let's move towards our next stop. You may follow me.